Good morning, guys. It is 7:30 for me, whatever time for you. I left my house about 45 minutes ago, and we're on the way to pick up a new car. I know we haven't posted in about a month or so. We just had some things to work through, and we're all through that now. And we can go back to our regular programming, so you can expect a video every Sunday about 11 a.m. for the time being. Besides that, we are on the way to pick up what I feel is the most mature purchase I have done in a long time. And don't let this fool you, it's not like a grown-up car, it's another car, like, so I can play with, but for mature reasons, or for, that's what I'm saying to myself to make myself feel better about the purchase. So hopefully we can go buy this car, because it's a 2-hour drive into the depth of Connecticut, and I don't like driving into Connecticut, but being a Sunday morning, we should be able to get in and out of there before 12 and avoid the traffic. And even though it's not like a Sunday, I mean a weekday, we should still be good. But we got a long drive ahead of us, so let's get there and go over the car there. Well, we're here. We are in Madison, Connecticut. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere. And let me turn off my truck, because we spend a lot of gas. But I'm excited. The car's not here, which is a bit unfortunate, because I gave this guy 2 hours heads up. But I'll give him some slack, because he said he's a senior citizen. But we'll see when he gets here. Oh, he's here. Look at that. There it is. There it is. There it is. Well, there it is. This is my new 1995 SC300. And I am so happy. Like, I'm so happy. This is such a good deal. And it was more expensive than I would have personally bought a car. Sorry, I'm just so excited. Hopefully you guys can hear me and this wind noise isn't too annoying, but this car has 156,000 miles. It's the third, I bought it from the third owner, and the guy just drove it back from Florida last winter. So this thing has never seen a real northeast winter. It was kept in a carport while it was here. So the paint is in great condition, the interior is in great condition, and the engine is in great condition. The underbody is in great condition. This car is just in great condition. The only downside of the car is gonna be those ugly wheels. I bought the car from this guy named Chris. He went by Pete on Facebook because he likes to keep his privacy private. So I saw this car listed once before, and the ad looked kind of sketchy. So I didn't pay any attention. I also wasn't in a position or in a mindset to buy another car. Probably was selling one, and I already had bought the other. So I have been on a search for another SC300 for about a month or two now. And the reason why is because the 98 I bought wasn't truly what I wanted, but it was the best deal at the moment. And what I mean by that was that it was a clean title, clean body, newer body style SC300. So it has the facelift bumper, side skirts, the rear bumper, and it didn't have the taillights, but I could have got those later on. So obviously this car is a pre-97 car, so it doesn't have all that. But most important thing about it is that it does have a non-VVTi engine, which means that it has a stronger rod. So if down the future I decide that I want to go turbo, I could go down that way and don't have to worry about replacing pistons and rods. So that's also a big factor as to why I got this. I did speak to the guy, Chris. He was a great guy, and he really didn't want to sell this. It hurt me to buy it from him because I could almost feel what he was going through. But at the end of the day, he had a pretty unfortunate situation with the parking of the car, so he had to get rid of it. And it was, do something practical, like get rid of your extra car or get rid of your truck that you use around the house for, all types of little works, home improvement jobs. So this was it. And for a minute there, he was not negotiating, he wasn't budging. So for a minute there, I drove 2.5 hours for nothing. But at the end of the day, the car's on the trailer and it was worth it. So, I did tell Chris and assure him that the car is going to be in great hands. I'm going to take great care of this. And as you guys know, the type of work that I do, I'm not going to toot my own horn here, but I like to take pride in the work I do. So I'm not going to be hacking things up. And when you have something this clean and pristine, you're definitely going to stick to that. So just quickly, I need to get on the road, but let's take a look inside this, go over some of the things. So honestly, the only not even tacky part about this car, just the only thing I don't like about this car, which is not even a big deal, was these red lights. Chris said his wife liked that, so he does what makes the wife happy. No big deal. This seat, the driver's seat, obviously has had a seat cover for numerous reasons. First thing you could tell is that these have I don't know if you guys can see. Let me try to focus here, but this has a texture. As you guys can see there a little bit. And the rears, the original seats of these cars don't have a texture. The ones that are perforated like this are the 99 or 98 and up. He's had the cluster rebuilt and the climate control, which if you're an SC300 aficionado like myself, I butchered that word, but if you are a big enthusiast of SC300s like myself, you would know, and if you saw my old videos, you would know that those things always take a beating, and they never work. The needles don't work, the screen goes black, whatever it is. He already paid to get that done. He also, which is pretty impressive, because he didn't really give me like the very enthusiast vibe. He just looked like somebody who just enjoyed the car for what it was. He actually did the Lexus RX, I think 350 or 300 steering wheel upgrade, which obviously is so fitting in here versus the big, 4-spoke regular SC300 steering wheel. So yeah, this thing, I'm in love. I'm so happy. And we'll talk about it more on the way home. I gotta strap this up and get out of here. But this thing, it's like the ultimate spec, except for one minor thing, which is the bumpers. But we have that parts car at the house now, so we're gonna make two things. No, I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna make this greater than it already is. Another thing I want to touch on before we leave is that this is a gold edition car. So you guys remember the first shell I bought was a gold badge car. So this is a big plus for me. Last thing, I'm just so excited. I want to say everything, but I need to get home. It's a 2.5 hour drive home and I have stuff to do. But the only other thing I do want to mention is that I didn't know this, but I had read somewhere about the trim levels of the SEs, and there's nothing that really defines them besides the features. However, I have realized that this car does not have heated seats. So it's blank there. The original, that's an upgraded one, the shifter bezel right there. But the original one's in the trunk, and it has blockouts for the heated seats buttons. But that's a lot of talking. I'm going fast. I'm excited. But let's load this all the way up and get on the road because we got a long drive ahead of us. All right, guys, we're all loaded up. We're on the way home now. Cars on the trailer. Obviously, it's way too close to that one, that side than this one. But we'll be fine. We're about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Let's see if you guys can see that. Away from home, but I couldn't be happier with my purchase. And just want to give Chris another thank you because I think that this is the perfect car for me in my situation. And the main reason why I went out and bought another SC versus finishing the one at home is because in the moment I just bought that car because it came up for sale, and I kind of made up some stuff in my mind, and in reality it wasn't exactly what I wanted. I didn't want a VVTi motor, but I did want the facelift. The car was completely taken apart, the interior's taken apart, and the kid I bought it from, no disrespect to him, but he didn't know what was going on with the car. So and then I try to put it together, and then as I'm working through things, I just see more and more issues. And I think that as you mature, you kind of want to spend less time fixing things and more time enjoying them and making them better. So with that being said, this is going to be a driver. I'm not going to take this car off the road anytime soon. I obviously want to manual swap this, but that'll also be something for the future, like maybe next year, maybe over the summer, I don't know. For right now, I think this is a great car. He took great care of it, and it's a perfect, car that I could, put some wheels and suspension on it and go. Which is pretty funny because Chris was like, oh, these kids get these cars and they just slam them and do all this stuff and drift them. He was pretty familiar with, the car scene. So I can guarantee you that's not what's going to happen to the car. The car's going to be, in great care. And I might turbo it, I might not. I know I said that earlier, but for right now, I just want something I can get into, go, and then improve on as I go. Great base, and I think that that's the reason why you can see from my first SC to my last SC, which is this one, how the prices have kind of just stayed the same, and now I went like twice or double the price that I spent for my last one. And that's because I think that I now value like good paint, good maintenance, and a running vehicle over just having it. I think if this is any display of like delayed gratification, this is it. If you're a car guy, you just kind of want to get the best deal possible, and I think that sometimes you gotta like weigh your options, and is that $1,600 investment worth it in the long run? Where I've had the car sitting in my garage for like 6 to 8 months, more than that, like 8 months, I believe. And nothing's happened to it. I put on the head, and I just kind of felt very disinterested in the whole project. So, so I think I've realized that in order to I should have things that I can enjoy, get in the garage and go, versus like, oh, I gotta, my garage is full of cars that don't even run, which is not necessarily the case. Well, it is the case because 2 out of the 3 cars in my garage right now don't run. And I don't mean to ramble, but I'm just very excited. I think I want to tell myself I turned over a new leaf where I'm going to be doing things differently moving forward. The goals for this project are pretty simple. We're going to go home. The front bumper on this car, obviously being the lowest part of the car and being the lower car, it has a couple scrapes and stuff, which is not the worst thing. But I am going to remove the whole 97 plus, bumper, side skirts, and all the stuff from my car at home. And we're gonna put that aside, and then I'm just gonna part out the rest of the car, or try to sell it as is, because I want to make space for it, and I don't want to spend time trying to justify why I bought that or whatever. I just want to get rid of it, take what I need from it, get rid of it, and let that be somebody else's problem, or sell it for parts, whatever will facilitate me getting rid of it sooner. So I'll see. So that's that. When I get home, we're gonna take this thing off the trailer and go for a drive around the block, because you guys need to feel what I feel. I'm gonna have to try to tell you guys how great of a feeling it is compared to like the other stuff that we've had. So we're home. It's been a couple hours, so I've had time to think this through. Brother Curvis is here, and I still think this was a great purchase. We're about to take it for a drive real quick. I obviously drove it, so Brother Curvis is gonna drive it in.
This thing feels good.
This thing is amazing. This doesn't have heated seats.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
the other one did though.
Yeah, I didn't know that was an option. I thought it was just standard.
I figured it was like a cold weather option. So being that this is a Florida car, doesn't necessarily get cold there.
Look at that.
Damn, this
Well-lit
thing's
cluster.
just...
That's cool. Like in my other SC, I didn't even know what that looked like because it was all broken.
Yeah, I remember that. But that car had 260,000 miles when we picked it up.
Yeah, it was a good buy though.
No, this thing is just like, this thing feels good.
Yeah. And I got on a little bit just to go through all the gears, and the transmission shit's pretty good too. And it's nice and quiet too. If this is like any indication of like who had the car, like it's literally a freaking Garmin here. No offense to Chris, but you could tell, you know, the car was owned by an older person.
This thing is crisp.
I'm telling you, it's a great purchase.
It's a sunglass holder.
I thought this was a thing. This is not just a, yeah, that's just to block up the sun on top of the mirror.
I thought you put your glasses there.
No.
Okay. Oh, this thing is nice.
That's a mirror.
This thing feels good.
Yeah. Best purchase I've ever made. This is by far the minnest car I've ever owned.
Well, I
inside and out, all things considered.
Do they know about the white one?
Yeah. There's like a video and a half on her.
Well, yeah, this is just another way for him to say he's giving up on that one. So he gave up on the black one.
I didn't give up on the black one. I wasn't using it.
You went like a week after you bought another car before you even got rid of the black one.
That's why I said. That's why there's been a lot of talking.
Why does the horn look different in this car?
Cause that's a you know the SUVs, the RXs.
Yeah.
That's a steering wheel out of an SUV.
Oh, somebody
He actually did that.
Why?
Because they're way better than the stock ones.
Oh, the stock one is long. It's like big.
They're big. It's like 5 spoke to the center of the other airbag. It's huge.
Yeah.
So.
Is this thing in power mode?
I mean, I would have say start beating on it.
It's slow.
Obviously it's slow. But it's freaking.
This thing, I got to finish looking over the car. I'm amazed at how clean this is after the
Got a Bluetooth radio.
After the ruts that this man has been bringing home. This is just like,
This thing is nice. This thing, I wonder why he replaces actually. I guess maybe because of the blanks on the.
What do you mean?
He just replaced the bezel here.
Recently?
Yeah, the stock bezel's in the trunk. He gave me a bunch of like original things for it. Like this thing here, this is like a 3D printed piece, and this is a 3D printed piece.
Oh yeah.
And then he even has a spacer for it. Interesting. This is a 3D printed piece. See, you can tell it's been 3D printed.
Yeah.
So it's a spacer. So because the other cup holder's all sloppy in here.
You should probably never pull that out.
The guy, he's a subscriber now, so he's gonna be like, "What the hell?"
I saw it. Chris?
Yeah.
I saw that when he subscribed. Yeah.
Yeah, and then this is also 3D printed piece for a phone holder.
That's usually the airbag light, right?
No, this is another cup holder. This is like that little one that you press and it comes out. I have it in the trunk. He gave it to me.
I mean, man, I'm gonna say like this feels good. Like I said, he's been bringing home. I saw the white car. I told him it was a bad idea. I was against this one too. To my full disclosure, I was not. I didn't think either one was a good purchase. I mean, this is a great building foundation. I want to see under the hood. I want to see the trunk.
Yeah, the only thing, which he said himself, is these red lights. I already said it once in the video, but now that we have Brother Curvis here, we have to say it again. Yeah, so the car's has some paintwork in the back. He gave me the receipts and everything for it. I haven't played the radio, but it has a amplifier in the sub.
Yeah, that's an Amazon special right there. I'm not trying to hate, but this is
Definitely
probably why that interior is maybe a little. I saw the gold badges.
Yeah, it's just the SC300.
Oh, he replaces because
they're the blanks.
Yeah, not only because of that, but this one is. What is this?
That is the CD changer. It goes in here. It goes in here, but he said it doesn't work anymore. He has more wood trims, touch-up paint.
Yeah, this was definitely somebody that cared about the car. What is this?
Yeah,
Power bags.
I was impressed that he was like so into cars, but I mean the car has a stock exhaust. Sounds good.
What is this?
That's a spacer for the cup holder. If you want to put like a bigger cup.
Oh, it has the first aid kit.
Yeah. This thing is a cherry.
Let's look under the hood. I mean, I will say, once I saw the car, I was like, wow, this is very clean car.
Brother Curvis made me go by myself because he wasn't a fan of this.
First of all, I said,
No.
It wasn't that I wasn't a fan. You're speaking completely out of context.
I'm not speaking out of context. Oh, there's I wonder why he put the clock there, because I knew there was a clock here. It's in the cluster.
Man likes to be
Analog. Isn't this thing nice?
Yeah.
Definitely can use a detail in here.
I mean, I wouldn't do anything detail-wise until like some purpose.
Well, you don't go in here for that. He did say the rear main is leaking, and then we did see like a little the seepage on the rear diff.
Perfect excuse.
Yeah, but no, but
I mean, one thing I'm gonna say right off the bat is this car is complete. You could tell that the boot over there is torn. They just cut
yeah, he said that. I guess this is the first time them seeing the engine bay, but it's all original. You did spark plug wires.
This thing's clean though.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was a cherry, and then we'll just probably end up flushing the brake system. Yeah, and then he has this cool little like quick disconnect the negative terminal.
Yeah, let me drive this for a few days.
Definitely not happening.
This is
Definitely not happening. But this thing is amazing. I just hope, because it just got some paint work in the rear within the last year or two, I just hope that the other bumpers match it. If they don't, I'll probably send them out to get matched.
cracking the bumper. Right
Yeah, the
there.
bumper's not in the best shape. Like, there's paint
That's all that. Right
defects here, like here, and underneath. There's like scratches all under the lip, at least on this side. Right here, there's like a bunch of stuff on the bumper. So, yeah, that's what I said. Like, it's the lowest part of the car. That's a clip for
something. Probably the wires or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm actually very surprised. This car is very clean. Complete. I'm gonna drive it for a few days for you.
Definitely not.
Put it under the.
Well, guys, it's been an eventful day. I have about, between dropping off the Skyline for paint that you guys will see in the next video, and picking this up, I have like about 600 miles under my belt for this weekend. So it's been a busy weekend, been a busy day, but I couldn't be happier with the purchase.
Yeah.
This is by far the cleanest car I've bought. And like he said, I usually buy clunkers because, like I said, this is me maturing, because I'd rather pay a little bit more money, or a lot more money, to make sure I have a better foundation. And this is a perfect example. So with that being said, guys, thank you for tuning in. Comment down below what you guys think about it and what you think the first mile should be. See you guys on the next one.
Peace.